Hello everyone. It's James again. Before I get started with today's topic, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope everyone had a fantastic day. And you are doing extremely well on your journey to self-betterment. Today, I want to talk about something very important. And it came up as a question in my last video. Actually, there were several good questions and things to talk about in many upcoming videos. So I want to thank you for asking the questions and talking about things that come to your mind that might spark more talk in another video, where we might all learn more about dealing with these individuals. Individuals we call narcissists. So a comment was left mentioning another video I had talking about confronting a narcissist, and what I felt about that, and wanted to know if I would do an updated video, as the video being referred to was made some years ago. And I thought, that's a great idea, as I too have thought of revisiting topics I've talked about before, and giving an updated look on how I feel or what I think about a certain topic, with regards to dealing with narcissists and other toxic people. So cutting right to the chase. Should you confront a narcissist? Well, it all depends. Because every situation is different. You see. Let's say you are in a relationship with one. And you are in deep. Confronting a narcissist might trigger them to set you up and blame you for something you didn't do. And trust and believe they have already been planting the seeds with many people that they are the true victim in the relationship. You see, the narcissist, or a great many of them, have an abort mission. Fail-safe switch they can pull at any time things aren't going their way. And they build in this switch from the moment they started to have a relationship with you. So by the time you get to the 3, 5 or 10-year mark, they have painted you out to be the evil one so well. And that they are really the good one so well. They will have it so no one will ever believe you. So what do? Well, again, every situation is different, but confronting someone like this in such a situation doesn't usually bring forth good results. Actually, it usually produces the opposite. Such as I mentioned. Them setting you up for something you didn't do. You getting blamed for things you had no part in. So usually the best course of action. Usually. Not always. But usually. If you realize this person is more than likely a narcissist or another toxic person. And no. There's no way to 100% know for sure. But if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. I say that because a great many people stay in a really bad situation, hoping they will get concrete proof like a diagnosis from a doctor this person is a narcissist. And I'm sorry to say, your chances of that ever happening is like waiting for it to snow in July in the desert. So once you feel and believe that this person is toxic, the best bet is to make up your mind right then and there you are leaving. And figure out and from that moment put together a plan to leave. If you can just get up and leave. Pack your bags and get up and leave. If there are legal entanglements. Every moment you have. You need to be focused. Reading and learning how you can get untangled. All the while you might need to play the game. Like you have no idea with this narcissist. That you know they are a narcissist. Because acting like you know what and who they are. And that can be from even a look you give them. When they say or do some of the things they do. They can tell. Oh no. They are onto me. And from there they will shift into overdrive. Working day and night to ruin your life and all the relationships you have with other people. And again. Possibly set you up for things you never did. So when you leave, you can really truly leave. And they are the ones caught off guard. Look. I look at it like this. And I've used this analogy a lot. Because it really and truly fits the situation here. If you were a prisoner of war, or a prisoner held somewhere, and you had a chance to escape, you wouldn't tell the guards that you know what they are up to, and that you've studied and know when they go to sleep and when they patrol the area, and that you are planning to escape on Tuesday at 7 at night. No, you are going to act like you don't know what is going on. All the while you are planning your escape. So when the time comes you can slip away. And they won't know what happened until you are long gone. So if you can get out now, or you really feel like you are in serious danger, cut your losses. And get up and leave this moment. But if you feel in your situation, that you can stick it out a few months to gain information and legal help, and that you aren't in any immediate danger, then that might be the way to go. However, while you're doing that, coming up to them telling them what you know and how you feel about them, will only make it that much harder for you to leave. And the narcissist will make sure of it. Trust me. Because here's the thing. What do you expect to happen by confronting a narcissist with who and what they are? They aren't going to change. You aren't going to reform them. I seen a news story the other week, where this nice lady took this homeless woman into her home, only to have this homeless woman do the worst of the worst, if you know what I mean. To this nice lady that thought she could take this homeless woman in and help her have a better life. And now this woman that took her in no longer has a life. And I'm pretty sure there was something in this homeless woman that this nice lady that took her in that she felt was of good character. Much like we felt about the narcissist that we met in our life. And the narcissists know how to pull back when they feel like they need to reel us back in. Only to treat us even worse when they have us even more committed and stuck to them. So you might tell the narcissist about themselves. And you might get dismissed. Or you might get the silent treatment. Or they might shock you and take you out to dinner and treat you nice. But regardless, behind the scenes, they are ramping things up to take you down and take you down hard. This is why some people that really were in love get caught off guard when they are served divorce papers. Or they are met with a restraining order. Or the police telling them they can't come back into their own home. One day when they are trying to come home after work. And the day before everything was fine. No signs of anything wrong. Except the normal narcissist mess you might deal with at home. Or maybe they put their mask back up for a moment. But this is what telling them who and what they are produces. It produces narcissistic rage. And they are going to beat you to the punch with getting people to believe you are the evil one, instead of believing you that they are the evil one. So besides putting yourself in a bad situation in most cases, you aren't changing them, nor reforming them, even if they put up an act that you reached their heart. And this can be the same if you are in the beginning of getting to know someone. I've talked about the man that dated Susie before I met her. I don't know for sure. But I assume she came on strong like she did to me with the love bombing and whatnot. Then her mask slipped. Then she tried to force marriage. All within 6 to 8 months of knowing this guy. And he told her one day that he was moving out of state for I think a new job or for some schooling. And that she was a great woman. But that he needed to move and that the relationship wouldn't work because of the distance. When I heard the story at first I didn't think much about it. But later on, when I realized what and who she was, I quickly understood that this guy knew that it would have done no good to confront Susie and say he was breaking up with her because she was completely out of her mind and what we now know to be a narcissist. It would have produced narcissistic rage. And she could have claimed he did all kinds of things just to get back at him. And even if she didn't claim such things, what would change? Certainly not her. You see. Just like pigs like to get dirty and wrestle in the mud. Well, so do narcissists. They are built for it. And wrestling in the mud is how they get a lot of supply. They lure people into confronting them sometimes. They bait you into arguments and debates on topics they know they are clearly in the wrong, just to get you to argue with them, and to see what and how much you really know about their behavior. And trust and know, you will trigger their narcissistic anger somewhere in this debate. And they will have to get you back. If not today, but maybe next year. They will get you back, or they will at least try to. So getting in the pig pen and wrestling with a pig is complete and utter nonsense. So what this man did that was with Susie was brilliant. He realized there were major problems with this woman he was with, and confronting her might produce bad results. So he erred on the side of caution and made up a good story and escaped. Much like anyone would do if they were the prisoner of war. Now what's funny is, years later, Susie ran into a family member of his, and learned this guy never moved anywhere. And that was another sign to me, that this guy understood confronting her about her behavior and all the things that were wrong would have produced literally nothing good. So he did what he had to do to stay safe and to move forward with his life. Then we have work. We have your co-workers and your boss. The best thing you can do and be at any workplace is not just good but great at your job. Because narcissist bosses, though they might not be able to stand you, if they need you to look good because of the great work you do, you stand a possible chance to not be targeted. But again, it all depends. You might be a top performer and you might be targeted by this manager. I think there was a saying from one of those Art of War books. Do not let your enemy know what you are thinking. You see, bosses and managers and such, they go to seminars to learn how to be managers. And one of the things they learn is how to trick the people under them to trust them. And I've seen this in action and I just kinda smile and shake my head inside at the same time. Because I know what is happening. They use the old narcissist's trick of telling you things that are personal about themselves, no matter it be real or made up, in order to get you to confide in them about personal things about you and your life. And yes, these seminars teach managers and bosses this technique on how to trick employees into trusting them. You can't make this stuff up. So the best thing to do in such situations is be a good listener, but friendly and nice. But don't feel obligated to now share similar stories about yourself. You don't owe them and it's not something you need to be doing. Nor should you be doing at work with someone that has power over you. Now again, there are exceptions. I've had some really terrible bosses. And some great bosses too. But I've learned this balancing act. That I can get close to a good boss. And talk about some deep things. Without revealing my deep darkest secrets. Because that is not the time nor the place. Nor the person for such information. So know this is usually a trap. And if you noticed, gaslighting, projection, and all of the above from a boss, they are probably a narcissist. And getting in their face about what and who they are, while you are working there and even after the fact, will just put things into high gear for them to work night and day to bring you down. This is why I tell everyone, keep your resume sharp, and your skills even sharper. You want to make sure you can just walk into their office and catch them off guard, handing them a letter giving your 2 weeks notice. And if they inquire why you are leaving, just tell them, it's a good opportunity you didn't want to pass up. You don't owe them what you are feeling in your heart and soul. Because if you bite the bait, you are giving them one last chance at getting supply from you. Now if they are or they have crossed the line, so to speak, that's when you get legal help and or help with the police. But if they are just being the typical terrible person most narcissists are, don't give them the satisfaction and leave as fast as you can. But here's where you confront a narcissist. You do it by educating others like this. And how many others are doing it. So you can help another person that can detach from the narcissist's matrix game, and so they and you can avoid the narcissists and their games. Confront the system. There are strength in numbers. If millions of people stand up and say, family court is causing lots of problems for decent people. Though narcissists want to keep that situation going, they may have no other choice but to make a change. You see, narcissists love to hide and blend in. Though many are letting their narcissistic behaviors just fly free and they don't care anymore. But there are still a great many that like to keep others from knowing what and who they really are. And sometimes they will back down in society if they are really pressed and enough people press them. Family court I think could be fixed tomorrow. If you got up and made a video talking about it. And another. And it would catch wildfire. And these people that created the problem will say, well, it's been brought to our attention there are some problems in the family court system that we are needing to address. Blah 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 blah. Now do they want to make that change? Heck no. But they are forced by society to make it. And it will be from all the people as a whole confronting them. You see, when one person confronts a narcissist in their personal lives, it usually turns out really bad. Because this narcissist has been planning and planning for this day to come. So they can flip their fail-safe switch. So you get blamed for something you didn't do. And so everyone around you will turn their backs on you. They are just itching for that to happen. They want you to confront them because it's just like the pig analogy. They see that dirt and they just are itching to roll around in it with you. But get a bunch of people to confront a narcissist and they will back down like cowards. So please speak out. Just make sure it's measured and done in a way that will hopefully help others and get results. All the while keeping you from harm. But I'm curious. Did you have other questions surrounding this topic? Or stories where some of this is ringing true for you? Please let me know. I would like to hear from you. With that said, that's all I have for now. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you would like to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. And if you are already supporting by the way of Patreon, I humbly say thank you. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.